Candy with Eyes to Jesus.blogspot.com, and welcome to my monthly planner tour. And if you watch all my videos, then you know that I have been having camera issues. My Canon Vixia that I have been using for most of these years on YouTube has kind of died. It's just gone to widescreen. I tried a Vivitar camcorder. It was horrible. I'm glad I didn't bother filming any real videos on it. I just did tests. I had to return it. I gave it a 1-star scathing review. So it was supposed to be 4K, and it was just way worse than the worst quality on this camera, and the audio was very bad. So I am filming on my broken Canon Vixia right now. We found out that if we take the flip screen and we flip it on the side pointing out, the touchscreen works. So I can film that way and then still access the touchscreen, but I can't see if I'm framed up in the camera, and I can't see the display at all. So I'm kind of winging it with that. So we know the part that's broken and how to fix it. We just can't get a replacement part. So we actually have a broken Canon Vixia coming to us that we picked up really cheap. I'm going to use that as a parts camera and hopefully get something going. My Canon 50 and my cell phone, they both only film for about 15 minutes at a time, and if you know me, you know most of my videos are over 15 minutes, and having to pay attention to when it stops recording so I can stop, remember where I'm at, and then hit record again is no good. We installed some software into my Canon 50 which was supposed to make it automatically restart a file and keep filming, and that was a fail. So still in camera woes, and I'm still loving my Canon Vixia. If we can just fix this camera that I'm filming on right now, that would be perfect. But anyways, let's jump into my planner tour. So I am in the same planner that I was in last month. I know, miraculous, right? And that is this insane beauty. So this is a Personal Luxe Moterm. And this is a special leather. This is their firm pebble leather. So it's much more pebbled and textured than their standard pebbled leather. It's insanely gorgeous. It smells amazing. It's like the best smelling Moterm out of all of them. Out of the pebble, out of the croco, out of the veg tan leather. No, the firm pebble smells good. It holds up fabulously. I have zero complaints about this. The only alterations I did to bring this to perfection was I removed the 30mm rings that came in this, and I replaced it with gold 1¼ inch rings that I got from Franklin Covey. If you would like to do the same thing, you actually have to call Franklin Covey to order the rings. As far as I know, they don't offer them on their website. But I go into some more details about this planner, as well as comparing it to other Moterms in last month's video, if that's something you want to check out. Meanwhile, let's get into this. I have this pretty stuffed. So going inside, inside the front pocket here, we have a zipper. I just keep some change in there. I have a little side pocket. I just keep just little doodads and whatnot in there. And I have these card slots down here. I have an ollie clip, so that's if I need to clip anything together, I can grab this and use it wherever I need in my planner. I got a journaling card. I have just a blank journaling card behind that and the card slot that it's covering. Then there's clear sticky notes. And then this is a folded over piece of paper, and inside there I keep little pages of Avery dots, Avery labels, and whole reinforcement stickers. And then up here, this is just a small journaling card with some sticky notes attached to it. These are my main sticky notes. And then in the secretarial flap, I keep some spending cash. I currently have a whopping $1 in there. Okay, and then the flyleaf. Flyleaf is so pretty, and the flyleaf comes with a pen loop. So if you use a flyleaf, you have 2 pen loops. I got my main pen loop in the back because I'm right-handed, so I reach there for my main pen, and then my secondary pen in this pen loop. And I like my secondary pen to be ballpoint because that's good for filling out certain forms, writing checks, etc. So ballpoint for my secondary pen. And then if my main pen runs out of ink when I'm out and about, I can just switch and continue writing with my secondary pen. All right, and then inside there's one pocket, and I just have these round labels here, and I use these to make little mini tabs or sub tabs when I need them, or little page markers. I will do it a couple different ways. I might take 2 of these stickers and stick it off the top or side of a page and stick them together so it's a nice round tab. Or I will take one of these stickers and just fold it in half and stick it on the top or the side of the page that I want to sub tab. So that's mainly what I use these for. Okay, and then we have my front page lifter. This is a nice plastic, and this is from my stash. This was Michael's personal size recollection. It was a divider, and I cut off the tab. And I just thrown a few stickers and some washi tape on it. And then on the other side of that, this is some Post-it dot grid paper, and I just do quick little temporary notes here. And then we have this page. This is a current couples picture of my husband and I. We've been married for 25 years. This is our 25th wedding anniversary picture. So I'm in silver dress because that was our silver anniversary. So that was our theme. And then I have a little top tab on here, which I'll explain in a minute. But on the other side of this page, we have our current family photo. We try to take a family photo every Thanksgiving. So this was taken this past November. But on the top of this page, I have a top tab. And that's just because right after this page is my running grocery list. When I run low or out of something, I write it down here. And my grocery lists are several pages. Each have a number on the top. They're usually numbered 1 through 4. And that corresponds with my budgeting system that you'll see in my budgeting system here in a little bit. But basically, certain expensive grocery items I only get on certain numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 on certain numbers, because certain numbered weeks we have more money for groceries, and in other ones we have less money for groceries because we have bigger bills on that check. So I make my grocery list accordingly. So that's just, I have several sheets for grocery lists. These are for my number 1. I have something for number 2. I got one thing for number 3, and I don't have anything on there for number 4 yet. So after that, we go to my first divider. Now, my dividers in here, my homemade ones, they just got so ratty. And that's the thing. When I make homemade laminated dividers, they're good, but every few months, if I don't run them through the laminator again, they just get really ratty. So I really enjoyed the plastic Filofax dividers that I was using in my pocket size. So I got some plastic Filofax dividers for personal size. I think they were like $9 and free 2-day shipping on Amazon Prime. So it was a good deal. So I'm using Filofax dividers. And these are plastic, not laminated and not cardstock. They're very durable. Now I did have to re-punch them though. The holes are in the right place, but my bigger rings are thicker, so the Filofax holes are small. They're not a 1/4 inch like your standard American punch. They're smaller. So they would fit in my rings, but they would drag on the rings. So I just re-punched the holes bigger to your standard 1/4 inch hole size that your standard United States hole punch size is. And then now they turn on the rings fabulously. And so this is my first divider. It's labeled home. It is my homemaking section. And I have the front page from my pocket planner taped on here, so you can see the holes there. And these are my Christian supplications. So these are scriptures that I like to read regularly. They are Mark 11:24, Philippians 4:4, Philippians 4:6 through 7, Romans 8:28, and 1 John 3 verses 22 through 23. And then after that, my first page in there is daily tasks. These are my daily cleaning chores. And you're going to see a lot of my planner is written. It's messy. It's under construction. It's being used massively. I don't have time to be reprinting pages right now. Every minute of my day is being used for something. So right now when I'm filming, this is because I set aside time to do this in my schedule, and I don't have other more pressing things that's overriding my filming time. So this is my cleaning schedule. And then after that, I have my deep cleaning and organization projects. I like to do part or all of them at least once a week, depending on how big the project is. And I do this instead of spring cleaning. And then after that, I have my master grocery list. I just skim through this when I'm making my grocery list for the week. It helps remind me and visualize what I have and what I might be out of or low on that I have forgotten to write down on my running grocery list at the front. I have a little top flag here, and that's because if I grab that and turn that, it brings me to my menu plan for the week. So I write down our menu plan the day before I plan to get groceries each week, and I write down our breakfast, lunch, suppers, and their sides. So after my menu plan, we have breakfast ideas, and then we also have lunch and supper ideas. And I reference those in helping me make my menu plan for the week. And the breakfast, lunch, and supper ideas also contain suggested sides to go with it. And then after that, I have my Thanksgiving and New Year's menus, because I usually cook for those holidays. And then after that, we have another page. It's got a side tab on it, and it says Table of Contents. The rest of my homemaking section are recipes. So my recipe pages are numbered, and then I have them divided into sections. And my table of contents shows which section starts on which page. So then if I need a specific recipe, I would use my table of contents to turn to the section that recipe would be in. And then each section is in alphabetical order. So then I just need to go in ABC order to find that recipe. So that's the rest of my homemaking section. My next divider is this. It's labeled Kids because this is my children's section. Now, for many years, this was my homeschool section, but I don't need a whole homeschool section anymore. I'm down to homeschooling my last child now. But I do have teenagers with jobs, so not only am I juggling homeschooling, but I'm juggling job schedules, extracurricular activities. My daughter recently just went to prom, stuff like that. So this is the kids section, which I need more now than just a dedicated homeschool section. And so I have a journaling card on the front here. And all journaling cards on the dividers are from the Cultivating a Good Life journaling card set by Project Life. This is from years ago. I just took them from my stash, and that was those are my most favorite journaling cards ever. So this one says, part of cultivating a good life is being conscientiously and proactively aware of how blessed we are. So I have a paper clip here because I just have this clip to the first page, because as soon as you open it, it opens up to a week on 2-page spread. And that week on 2-page spread shows my children's work schedules. So I open that, it opens right to the week on 2-page spread. And then after that, I have some homeschool notes for my youngest, and then her reading list for her homeschool. And then I have notes on college, driver's licenses. I have some blank note paper, other little doodads and things I need to know. And then at the last part of my kids section, I have some extra week on 2 pages that are blank for when I need to change up the work schedules. And that's for my stash. These are, I think they're Agenda 52 from Hobby Lobby, and Agenda 52 personal size is a bit wider than your standard personal size. I just trimmed them a bit more narrow and then popped them in. That way the pages wouldn't stick out. And they're undated, so I like that. And I took this from my stash. So after that, we come to my next divider, which looks like this. And this is my budgeting section, so it is labeled Budget. And the journaling card on this one says, part of cultivating a good life is appreciating where you live. Sure, there are other places you could be happy, but be happy where you are. And the first page inside Budget is a kind of a chart that I made, and I labeled it Budget Guide. And so it's got our checks. My husband's paid weekly, so checks 1, 2, 3, 4, which reoccurring expenses that auto pull from the bank comes off of which check, which bills I still need to manually pay, and which check I pay those bills on, etc. So I reference this chart when I make or when I'm going over our budget. And I budget us out at least 2 months in advance so that we can really see what's coming up. And this way, if I need a budget for something big that's a special celebration, or maybe something medical that we're going to need to come up with a bigger chunk of money to combine with the insurance or whatever, then the budget section helps because I can budget out into the future. So after that, the rest of my budgeting section is just filler paper. That's what I budget on. So I write the date of that check, the number of that check, and then I would look at my chart and I write down, okay, the bills and recurring expenses that are standard on that check. I then turn to my calendar and I look at that and I see, well, what's coming up on that week, other things we need to budget for, and I just go off of that. So that's my budgeting section. Now my next divider looks like this. This is my planning section. And the journaling card on this one says, and this is my most favorite journaling card ever, it says, part of cultivating a good life is approaching that big, daunting task in much smaller steps, one thing at a time, one foot in front of the other. I think it ties with another one of my favorites that I can't find, but this is definitely one of my very favorites. And then also, you see I have a pink Ollie clip here. When I was in Pocket, it's hard to get tabbed month on 2 pages for Pocket size, so I got used to having non-tabbed month on 2 pages. And so I'm using untabbed month on 2 pages in my personal. I'm using Filofax, which is what I was using in Pocket. It worked well in Pocket, and it's working even better in personal. So since my monthly pages I'm currently in are not tabbed, what I do is I just use this Ollie clip and clip it to the current month. So this is May. So I just need to grab this divider and flip it, and it brings me to May. So here's my May. And yeah, just standard Filofax month on 2 pages dated 2023. And I have all of month on 2 pages 2023 in here. So, and then I have those 2 stickers, 2 round stickers stuck together and sticking off on the side of December, because if I flip past December, that brings me to my year at a glance, should I need to reference that, which is very rare, but it's there should I need it. And then after that, if we go to my page finder, that's going to take me to today. So I was using Filofax day on 1 page. It just, some days, quite a lot of days, and especially on weekends, it just wasn't enough room. Weekends you shared a page, and then Monday through Friday had their own pages. So I barely fit on many days on the Monday through Friday, and it was very hard to fit on half a page for Saturday and then a half a page for Sunday. So I went to day on 2 pages. Now, I like the at-a-glance day on 2 pages because it's a Franklin Covey layout, but it's personal size, not the wide Franklin Covey compact size, and it's way cheaper. And I see them on Amazon, $17 free shipping 2 days. So I order it. They send me Daytimer, day on 2 pages, not the at-a-glance. And the Daytimer has month on 1 pages. The at-a-glance has month on 2 pages. Well, that doesn't matter. I'm using my own monthlies this year anyways. So, okay, try again. They sent me the Daytimer again. So this time I decided I'm just going to keep them and use them. I need day on 2 pages now. I can make it work. See, the problem with the Daytimer day on 2 pages is it's got your timed schedule on the top and your to-dos on the bottom on the main page. As for I like the Franklin Covey layout where you have your timed schedule in one column and your to-dos in another column, and they're side by side. But this is working. I mean, I have the same things that I need. It's just in a different order. So turning to today, this is my page 1, my page finder. This is my schedule. And my schedule is written, it's on some cardstock. I have one of those stickers that's folded in half sticking on top so I can grab it to make it turn easier. And I have the same schedule written on the front as well as on the back. And yeah, like I said, I don't have time to print things out right now. So as things are changing in my planner, I'm just writing it down. And that's fine because I just need the information. It doesn't have to be pretty. Maybe this summer when I'm preparing for next academic homeschool year, I will make my planner pretty. I might not have the time. We'll see. Okay, so then we have my second page. So between my 2 pages, I keep my page finder and my master schedule. And I have my same master schedule written on the front and on the back. So no matter which page on my day on 2 pages I'm looking at, I can see my schedule. So let me just turn here to a blank day on 2 pages. And these are the Daytimer day on 2 pages so you can see what they look like. So it's still quite functional. It's just not the layout that I like, but I'm making it work because I need day on 2 pages now.